Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Greensboro History Museum is the recipient of a $25,000 grant from the prestigious National Endowment for the Humanities. The grant will fund the museum's Voices of a City inclusion project beyond O. Henry. The museum will expand its current core history exhibition to include several historically significant residents who have made a national impact in the arts and mathematics. These residents are from communities underrepresented in Greensboro's historical narrative. There is a small gallery in the pre-World War II area of the core history exhibition, which will be redesigned to spotlight the African-American Harlem Renaissance-era artist Malvin Gray Johnson, formerly enslaved Orpheus McAdoo, who brought Black American music to South Africa in the late 1800s, musician Margaret Mitchell Faulkner, who founded North Carolina A&T's music department, and mathematician Virginia Ragsdale, known for her 1906 Ragsdale conjecture. The Public Impact Project at Smaller Organizations Grants Program supports America's small and mid-sized cultural organizations. The goal is to enhance their interpretive strategies and strengthen their public humanities programming. There were 28 grants awarded this year, totaling more than $600,000. Guilford Works, in partnership with the North Carolina Department of Commerce Division of Workforce Solutions, will host Fierce Fellows starting in April. Fierce Fellows Workshops is a series of workshops designed for anyone who has been through the judicial system and is now seeking employment. These workshops will include career counseling, community engagement, and other supportive services. Workshops take place from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. for 4 consecutive weeks beginning on April 1st. Sessions will be held at the NC Works Career Center located at 2301 West Meadowview Road. The workshops will wrap up on May 1st, which is the day certificates will be presented during a ceremony. Participants will also be awarded a $500 stipend for successfully completing the workshops. For more information about Fierce Fellows and the workshop schedule, visit the website for Guilford Works. The city's Housing and Neighborhood Development Department is hosting a series of interactive public meetings to provide an update about the progress in establishing a Community Land Trust, or CLT. A representative from Grounded Solutions Network will talk about the feasibility of a CLT in Greensboro and the process for developing a community business plan to move forward. The goal of a community land trust is to create permanent, affordable housing for low to moderate income families on developed and undeveloped parcels of land in redevelopment and reinvestment areas. Several meetings will take place throughout the day on Tuesday, January 30th, from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at Hemp Hill Library on West Vandalia Road, from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Peeler Recreation Center on Sykes Avenue. An afternoon session will take place from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Gateway Gardens on East Gate City Boulevard. And an evening option is available from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. also at Gateway Gardens. A final meeting option is scheduled on Wednesday, January 31st from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at the McGirt-Horton Library on Phillips Avenue. For more information about community land trusts, visit the city's website. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
Often, when we think about heart disease and the things that we need to do to prevent it, the focus is on things that we need to stop. But today, we're going to focus on things that we can start doing to improve our cardiovascular health. We should all be moving our bodies at least 150 minutes per week. This can be moderate activity like swimming, going for a brisk walk, mowing your lawn, or even dancing. If you can't do 5 30-minute intervals at a time, start small. You can even start at just 5 or 10 minutes and work your way up. You'll be surprised how quickly you'll be able to do more. Increasing your exercise not only limits your risk of heart disease, but it also lowers your risk of developing dementia, many cancers, and diabetes. Try to include lots of fruits and vegetables throughout the day. If you're someone who likes sugary drinks, try to make a pact with yourself that before you have any of those beverages, you'll have at least 1 or 2 waters to start your day. If you like meat, then stick with the lean meats, like chicken or turkey, rather than red meat. We also recommend that you have fish at least twice per week. And the oilier, the better. Salmon, trout, sardines, tuna, these are all fish that are high in omega-3, which is helpful in lowering the risk of heart disease. Not sleeping enough has more effects than just being sleepy the next day. We should all be trying to get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And unfortunately, sleeping in on the weekends doesn't help to make up for the effects of lost sleep during the week. Trying to fall asleep at the same time each evening and wake up at the same time each morning. Also, limit screen time in the hour before you go to bed. Bright lights from cell phones and tablets and television can interfere with your body's ability to go to sleep in a natural way. We live in a stressful world, but how much stress you experience and how you react to it can increase your risk of developing many health problems, including high blood pressure. Stress also can lead to bad habits like smoking or overeating or not exercising. High blood pressure and these habits are all linked to damaging your heart arteries. If you find that you're stressed, think about ways that you can try to reduce that, like exercise, spending time with friends or family, gardening, yoga, whatever brings you joy. If after making these changes you still feel stressed or anxious, you might want to talk with your doctor, a therapist, or a religious advisor. We should all know what our blood pressure is. For most people, your blood pressure should be less than 130/80. We should also regularly check our cholesterol levels. Additionally, make sure that your doctor's checking to see what your hemoglobin A1C is. It tells us if you have diabetes or prediabetes. Finally, know your BMI, or your body mass index. This is calculated based on your height and your weight. This number will tell you if you're at ideal body weight, overweight, or obese. It's also important to know your family history. Know if people in your family have high blood pressure, strokes, or heart attacks. It's also important to know the age they were when they got these things. If men had heart attacks before 55 or women before 65, that's considered premature coronary artery disease. And that raises your risk of having these events at a younger age in life. Not only should you know, but it's important that you also tell your healthcare provider. Make sure that they know your family history so that you can work together as a team to limit your risk of heart disease in the future. Although heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the United States, by making these changes, you can start reducing your risk. If you want more information on how to take care of your heart, go to conehealth.com/heart. I'm Dr. Tiffany Randolph.
The City of Greensboro wants to simplify the approval process for adding an in-law suite or similar project to your property. And if you're living green and helping preserve our environment, you could qualify for an award. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. If you have plans to build a backyard bungalow, add a garage, basement apartment, or an in-law suite on your property, listen to this before you get started. These types of living arrangements are officially called accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. The city wants to simplify the construction and approval process for these projects. The Greensboro Planning Department has drafted an update to the current ADU ordinance to achieve this goal. ADUs are basically small houses or apartments that exist on the same property as a single-family residence. Homeowners can learn more about the proposed ordinance by reviewing the frequently asked questions about the proposed ADU ordinance changes. Simply visit the city's website. It's that time of the year when residents from Greensboro and 5 other Triad cities will compete in bridging the Triad. This is a competition to see who can create the most efficient bridge made of popsicle sticks. Anyone age 8 or older is eligible to compete. Greensboro residents can pick up free supplies at the Griffin Recreation Center located on Hilltop Road. The Greensboro competition will take place from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, February 4th at Griffin Recreation Center. Winners from each city will go on to the regional competition Saturday, February 25th at Deep River Recreation Center on Skeet Club Road in High Point. This round will also take place from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bridging the Triad is sponsored by the Parks and Recreation Departments in Greensboro, High Point, Kernersville, Lexington, and Winston-Salem. It is designed to introduce and engage the community in science, technology, engineering, and math activities. The participants will compete in 4 age groups. Bridges will be judged based on how much weight they can support divided by the total mass of the structure. The top 3 most efficient bridges in each of the youth categories and the first place in the adult category will advance to the regional competition. There will also be a prize awarded to the team with the most creative design. For more information, contact Griffin Recreation Center Supervisor Douglas Williams at 336-373-2928. The City of Greensboro's Community Sustainability Council is working with the Office of Sustainability and Resilience. They are accepting nominations for the 2nd annual Live Green Awards program. The fast approaching deadline to submit nominations is on Thursday, February 9th. The Live Green Awards honors Greensboro businesses, nonprofit organizations, and individuals who are taking meaningful strides toward the creation of a more sustainable and resilient future. These ideals are recognized in the following categories: significant use of renewable energy sources, conservation of natural resources, sustainability awareness, recycling or waste avoidance, water conservation, and the improvement of quality of life for all Greensboro residents. CSC Chair Nicole Gaines said the Live Green Awards program celebrates this work no matter the size of the contribution, in the hopes that we can magnify our effort to support a more green and environmentally friendly future for the next generation. The CSC will celebrate the winners at the City of Greensboro's Earth Day celebration on Saturday, April 20th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Keeley Park. For more information, contact the Office of Sustainability and Resilience at 336-373-2712. The City of Greensboro is looking for a few good men and women interested in law enforcement. Coming up after the break, find out if you have what it takes to join the Greensboro Police Department. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. There are so many TV shows dating back several decades that magnify the danger and drama associated with police work. From golden oldies such as the Mod Squad and Kojak to today's popular Chicago PD and SWAT series. Joining me now to tell us what GPD is really looking for is Officer Kameen Bird. He is on the recruitment team with the Greensboro Police Department. Hello, Officer Bird. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Miss Carla.
Thank you for joining me. Good to see you. You've got a recruiting class that you are prepping for right now. So tell us, if anyone is interested in law enforcement, what are the general requirements in order to be hired by GPD?
Absolutely. So we're looking for a U.S. citizen. Okay, be 19 years of age to apply for the position, as long as you turn 19 and a half to attend the academy.
Okay.
Because the academy would take 6 months. So as long as you're 20, you'll be able to graduate and get sworn in.
Okay, well, that is good to know. To start a career that early is very advantageous. So, of course, characteristics and an ideal applicant is always what we want. So what would you say would make someone a standout?
Now, the most important thing for us is honesty, right? But physically fit, be able to relate to people, talk to people, that's very important.
Okay.
You know,
what about your driving skills?
Oh, yes, please. You have to know how to drive.
Okay.
You must possess a valid driver license.
Absolutely. Now, with the actual academy, you have all sorts of areas that you're touching on before they graduate in that 6-month window. So can you give us an overview of the training that the recruits are put through?
Now, we conduct PT training. We learn about the laws, firearms, driving school, and much more. They're almost 7 months academy.
What is PT?
Physical training. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Give us an example. Is that like a range that you're out there on, like an obstacle course?
So now, that's for the test. We do obstacle course, but regular day-to-day, you'll be running, push-ups, sit-ups, just basic physical training.
Okay. Any book work or anything?
Plenty of book work. So now every topic that we learn in academy, we must do the test on it. So it's like you do a lot of reading and homework. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And what would be like an example of an area that you're studying?
So constitutional law is very important, and we usually read the whole topic before we come into work, so we kind of know what the class is going to be about.
Okay, so get ready to kind of do a little bit of school, going back to school for someone who might be switching careers. Now, I'm sure this is a long list, but people are always interested in what are the benefits and the salary. So can you kind of walk us through how much would you make and what would you earn coming out of the academy?
So starting pay while you're attending academy is $55,000, okay, a year. And once you finish the police academy, we'll bump your pay up to $57,000. If you work night shift, we'll have a night shift premium of $3,600. Now,
Foreign language?
And foreign language, that's $2,500 a year. If you have a degree, associate, $2,500 bonus when you sign up, and $5,000 for a bachelor's degree.
And that's all together that
Right,
it would
and
be added
we
on.
also have a sign-on bonus of up to $2,700 when you sign up. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when you add all of that up, you're getting close to more than $60,000 if
Yes,
you
ma'am.
checked all those boxes.
And also veteran. So we give bonus to veteran of $2,500.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I might have to come over to the police department. Okay, so how long have you been with GPD, and what is it that you like the most about being a police officer?
So now I've been with Greensboro Police Department for 5 years. What I like the most about being a police officer is being out there to solve problems, and every problem is unique in their own way, and it's like a puzzle. You get to fix their problem and be out there and know your people in your community.
Did you always know you were going to go into law enforcement?
Oh, I did not. Towards the end of my military career, I looked into it and I found Greensboro, and I don't want to go anywhere else.
Okay, well, we're so glad you're here. Now, I'm sure someone maybe similar to you is in the military or was in the military or just wants to switch careers. How can they get more information? When does the next recruiting class start? Tell us how they can get in the mix.
So our next academy is starting in March, and after that we run 2 academy a year, March and September. For more information, visit worldwideweb.gpdcareers.com, and we also have a hiring event on April 20th, 2024.
And where will that be?
That will be at our training center on Church Street. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, hopefully someone's listening. Many ears are listening, and they will be signing up for the next recruit class. And we thank you so much, Officer Byrd, for keeping our community safe. And we wish you much success in this recruiting effort.
Thank you, Ms. Carla.
Come back and see us anytime. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about the city of Greensboro as we tell you something about the city that's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Creative Greensboro has launched Creative Allies to bring an artistic lens to city government work. This new program offers 2 one-year paid residencies with the Human Rights and Housing and Neighborhood Development departments. The selected artists will work with either the Dudley Heights or Kings Forest neighborhoods, which are among the 5 reinvestment neighborhoods in the Housing GSO plan. Artists will help with planning, community engagement, and creative problem solving in partnership with the city departments. The goal is to amplify the voices of residents and help better align the work of the city with community histories and needs. The artists of any discipline who are Guilford County residents or leaders of Greensboro-based nonprofits are eligible to apply online. The deadline is February 14th. Neighborhood representatives, city staff, and Cultural Affairs Commission members will rank the applications, interview finalists, and select the 2 artists for the residency. For more information or to access the application, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some special events happening this week on the town. The International Civil Rights Center and Museum opens its 2024 Speaker Series February 1st with Dr. Benjamin Chavis Jr. This civil rights leader, author, journalist, chemist, and entrepreneur is president and CEO of the National Newspaper Publishers Association. Learn more and buy tickets online at sitinmovement.org. The Glenn Miller Orchestra plays February 2nd at the Carolina Theater. With big band hits like In the Mood and Chattanooga Choo Choo, Miller was one of America's most popular band leaders before he joined the Army and disappeared over the English Channel in 1944. The band was formed in 1956 and has since toured around the world. Buy tickets online at carolinatheater.com. The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Greatest Show on Earth returns to the Greensboro Coliseum from February 2nd through the 4th. See stunning feats of human achievement, musical performances blended with aerial artistry, and never-before-seen acts. Buy tickets online at greensborocoliseum.com. International percussion sensation Stomp visits the Tanger Center for 3 shows on February 2nd and 3rd. What began as a British street performance has turned into a worldwide wonder with performances in more than 50 countries. Don't be surprised by the sounds these performers make with supermarket carts, plumbing fixtures, or kitchen sinks. Buy tickets online at tangercenter.com. Celebrate the Year of the Dragon February 3rd at the Greensboro Historical Museum. Discover demonstrations, performances, and hands-on activities led by local Asian ethnic associations and the Greensboro Library. Learn more about this free event online at greensborohistory.org. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. Creative Greensboro will present its annual production of Short Tales for Children in the Van Dyke Performance Space. Activities will take place at 2 p.m. on February 3rd and 4th at the Greensboro Cultural Center located at 200 North Davie Street. Admission is free with a suggested donation of $5. Short Tales focuses on giving students real-world experience and learning the craft of the theater in a low-pressure, fun environment. Children ages 7 to 12 auditioned and were cast for what will be their first opportunity to participate in theater. This year's original plays were written by members of the Greensboro Playwrights Forum and directed by UNCG Theater education students. The Short Tales for Children program lineup is as follows: Prince Troglodyte's Adventure by Judy Dev, Toxic Mushrooms by Clinton Festa, Buddy Bench by Clinton and Evelyn Festa, and The Boxwood Castle of Love and Friendship by Gwendolyn Poole. For more information, contact Todd Fisher at 336-373-2974. Coming up after the break is our Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Downtown Greenway. The community gathered to celebrate the start of construction for the final mile of the Downtown Greenway. The future Western Branch section is located along the former railroad corridor at 501 Guilford Avenue along the west side on the property owned by Greensboro College. A landmark is the public artwork. The Downtown Greenway enthusiasts enjoyed hot chocolate, coffee, and s'mores as they gathered around a fire pit. This presented an opportunity to learn all the ways you can get involved with Downtown Greenway special events and volunteer opportunities. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.